Okay, so now we'll go to the main session UI, so the main UI of the game, and we will start with the big buttons here. We will do the combox next, so we'll start first with the traffic strip. So the traffic strip gives you information about craft. Quick left click on the call sign, it gets selected in yellow, and gives you information about this aircraft. So, for example, it is coming into Amsterdam, inbound into Amsterdam. The I means the instrumental flight rules. The crew are following the instruments to fly. The other option would be visual, but it's not simulated. Visual means you look out the window. Visually, you have some references to fly. So they flew in flight level 360 as a cruise level. The aircraft is an A320, Airbus A320. This is the ICAO code, A320. The M means the wake turbulence category. There is 4 categories: light, medium, heavy, and super. And the super is only for the A. And these categories are made by the weight. So in this case, an A320 is a medium craft. Then we have the call sign, Echo India November 89 Yankee Bravo. But Echo India November is Aer Lingus. But here we see how you pronounce the Aer Lingus call sign. So this is not Aer Lingus 89 Yankee Bravo, but Shamrock 89 Yankee Bravo. So they are coming from Dublin, and here is the route they have followed. So this is the traffic strip. Now we'll go into details about the communications. So I'll give a little instruction to this aircraft to turn left to heading 180. Note that here in the VHF it will say transmit my side and receive the call sign of Shamrock. Shamrock 89 Yankee Bravo, turn left heading 180.
Left heading 180 Shamrock 89 Yankee Bravo.
Okay, so now we'll pause the game, and in the com box you will see history of messages. So it says the raw input that it was understood, then a cleaning of this input, and then the command and how the aircraft read back. If we go into review voice, here we can make corrections in what they understood. So imagine instead of Shamrock, it understood Shemwo. I don't know, whatever. Okay, so we could put Shemwog, correct it into Shamrock. If we click apply, next time the probability that the voice model works is higher, because you can tweak it for your own voice how it understands exactly. And this is saved sessions between games, executions of the game. We will click cancel for the moment. We don't need this. Okay, the weather tab is deactivated at the moment. There is no weather, unfortunately. And the settings tab, there is a video about it. So we'll go into the top options. They're a bit separated here, a bit more options. First is the vector, the speed vector. This means that this line is where the aircraft, the end of this line is where the aircraft will be in 1 minute. That's why the V1. We can increase this to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or even put it to 0 and not have the speed vector at all. So if I unpause and, for example, set it to 2 minutes, see it's bigger and I can convert it back. Then we have the time evolution. So this is deselected at the moment. So we are at ×1 speed, in fact. But we can select it and put it at ×2, for example. This is ×2, okay? and we can deselect it, go back in ×1. Next is the navigates, so navigation aids, help section for drawing. Okay, so these are the navigates: Lutex, Edpods, Sugol, here Pampus, Spikerborg. These are navigates. These that have a star symbol are the VOR, and the ones that have a little diamond are the fixes. But we are not seeing all the fixes right now because the fixes related departures are hidden. Okay, this is made in the configuration of the airport itself, and there is 3 options for these 2 buttons. Well, there are 4, but one is the labels and the other is the symbol itself. So there is 3 options. One is the standard, that is noted by this. You see it in white, the names. The other is the augmented. So for example, Fix Plus is the augmented version of the diamonds. So you see all the diamonds related to the departures in Amsterdam. And if I put L plus, you see all the levels of the fixes related everything. Okay, so you see all the fixes. If I click again, we'll go into deactivation. So there is no labels at all for any fix. And now we see no diamonds at all. And for the VORs is the same. We have the augmented version. In the case of Amsterdam, there is only these 3. So we don't see anything more, but we can deactivate them. And we can go back to the settings as well. So now is the routing section. We will go into detail what each of these means in a further video about the navigation. But just for the moment, this is also for drawing. The stars are at this line. We can deselect them or select them. So basically there is which is on or off. So we can put all the stars off. We can put just the labels off if we want, or we can put just the altitude stuff off. So this means that we see here LAMSO2 alpha, which is the name of the star, but we don't see the speed and altitude restrictions. This means that in Sugol we have to be 10,000 feet and 7,000 feet. The same for transitions, but there is no transitions in Amsterdam. Doesn't really matter. And the IACs don't have them here, but as said, we will have a video about it separately. What we do have is the standard instrumental departures, so the departures can be activated if you want, and the levels too. And the altitude restrictions have any. So that's it. Then we can deactivate as well the holds. We can deactivate the geo. Geo is the coastline. And we can deactivate the minimum vector in altitude, which is this. Minimum vector in altitude means that inside this polygon, for example, you see this polygon here, it's divided by this yellow line, the minimum altitude an aircraft can be at is 4,000 feet. Below 4,000 feet, we will have the aircraft will turn red because there is a problem with the altitude is too low. Then we have the QNH, which is the altimeter setting for the aircraft. In this case is 1070, 1017 hectopascal. In the case of the USA, it would be mercury inches. And then we have the transition level. The transition level means that above 4,000 feet, above flight level 040, we say flight levels. And below 040, so the next 1,000 below, so 3,000, it's altitudes. So we say 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, flight level 40, flight level 50, flight level 60, onwards. And basically this is all the options in the main game. So yeah, let's continue learning.